Well, our four-legged family members enjoy the holidays just as much as we do, though not everything about this time of year is pet-friendly. In fact, some of it can be pretty dangerous to their well-being. So here to help us keep our pets safe in this sponsored segment, we have the team from OSU's Veterinary Medical Center in Dublin, Dr. Katherine Bechtel and Dr. Danika Sorensen joining me today. So thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Dr. Bechtel, let's start with kind of an overarching kind of, what is the most concerning for our pets? What do we need to worry about?
One of the scariest things that we see, and this goes for both cats and dogs, is when they get into tinsel, string, ribbon, yarn, any linear long material that can cause massive problems, vomiting, abdominal pain. And sometimes if these cats and dogs get into enough of this material, they can require emergency surgery to remove it.
Yeah, it can be very dangerous. And I forgot to mention, I can't believe it, our third guest today. Who did you bring with you?
This is my girl, Daisy. She's a 6-year-old golden retriever.
All right, Daisy, well, welcome. Okay, so Danika, let's talk about food as she gives Daisy a treat. I mean, that is obviously dog safe, but there are things on our table that are not safe for our pets, right?
Yeah, and generally we always recommend not sharing your food with your pets, and especially keeping Santa's milk and cookies out of reach. Chocolate toxicity we see a lot around the holidays, really from Halloween and especially through Christmas. So that's a major one we worry about. They can get vomiting, diarrhea, but they can also have cardiac side effects. And in rare cases, if they're getting that baker's chocolate or really dense cocoa, they can even have seizures.
Is there anything that impacts dogs and cats differently? Anything we need to keep away from them? Sometimes I hear there are plants, poinsettias, things like that we need to really be careful.
Yeah, and Dr. Bechtel and I talked about this on the way over. The poinsettia kind of gets an unfair bad rap.
Yeah.
A dog would have to eat a ton of poinsettias to really have a problem. But as far as plants go, we really worry about lilies and cats. So if cats ingest the pollen, the leaves, or come in contact with the plant, they can develop kidney failure. So if you're getting any holiday arrangements from your relatives, you want to keep them out of reach. And really, if you have a cat and there's a lily, it's best to just leave them outside the house altogether.
I was going to say, hopefully cat owners are aware of that too, that they say, okay, in my house at least, we're not going to have that potential risk happening. Okay, so Dr. Bechtel, we know pets will also chew on just about anything. There are, wrapping paper, boxes, things like that. Do we need to be aware of anything else as far as being dangerous to them when it comes to, Christmas time?
Well, yeah, we talked a lot about this. Make sure just a friendly reminder to keep Santa's milk and cookies out of reach, from your pets, and keep that chocolate from under the tree. So, we had a dog that got into the chocolate under the tree one year, and that was a whole fiasco. So just keep that chocolate wrapped up somewhere else. Grapes and raisins also can be potentially toxic and cause major kidney issues. We talked about keeping those unattended glasses of wine and beer and drinks and beverages away from your pets. They'll find a way to get into those, but ornaments on the tree, the list goes on and on.
We talked about electrical cords
electrical
too.
cords.
So with all the lights that are hanging up on your tree, and puppies and kittens especially will tend to bite on them or pull them out while they're plugged in, and that can actually cause burns on the inside of the mouth. So many times owners won't even know that that's the issue. They'll say, my dog's having oral pain, or they're drooling or pawing at their face, and we have seen that they bite on those wires, and on oral exam we'll see a burn across the roof of their mouth or their tongue.
So your center, we mentioned, is an urgent care. If somebody's pet has, some of the issues that you mentioned, is an urgent care the appropriate place to go? Is an emergency room? What do they need to know if their pet is facing some of these issues?
So the urgent care is that middle ground between your primary care veterinarian and the true veterinary ER. We really strive to be an extension of your primary care vet when their offices are closed, say for the holidays. We're here to provide that urgent care that you need and potentially triage you to the ER should we find that your pet's condition is more serious than you expected. So we're a very, very good middle ground for just about every type of problem.
Every type of problem. And so what are your hours then for the holidays? Are people able to call you on Christmas Day?
Yes, so Christmas Day and New Year's Day will be open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Generally, our hours are 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. during the week and 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. during the weekend, but Christmas Day and New Year's Day do fall on a Monday, and we will be extending our hours to be that full 12-hour shift, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
That's great that you are there, and I know a lot of people, obviously, things will happen that they didn't anticipate, and so it's great to have that resource. It's on Bradenton Avenue in Dublin, so if you need the information as well, the website, the phone right there on the screen for you. So, doctors, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.